ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಕಡಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರ ನಿರ್ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಾಯಿ ಕಡಿತ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಕಡಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರ ನಿರ್ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಾಯಿ ಕಡಿತ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಕಡಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರ ನಿರ್ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಈ ದಿನದ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರದ ಫೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಈಗ ಕರೋನಾದ್ದೇ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಈ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಹರಡುವಂತಹ ಸೋಂಕನ್ನ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ವೈರಸ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮುನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪಶು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಶಾಲೆಯ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರದ ಫೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಈಗ ಕರೋನಾದ್ದೇ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಈ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಹರಡುವಂತಹ ಸೋಂಕನ್ನ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ವೈರಸ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮುನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಪಶು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಶಾಲೆಯ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರದ ಫೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಈಗ ಕರೋನಾದ್ದೇ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಈ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಹರಡುವಂತಹ
ಅಡಗಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಡೀ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
Hello. Hello. ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಹಲೋ,
ಆತ್ಮೀಯರೇ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ದಿನದ ನೇರ ಪ್ರಸಾರದ ಫೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಈಗ ಕರೋನಾದ್ದೇ ಸುದ್ದಿ. ಈ ವೇಗವಾಗಿ ಹರಡುವಂತಹ ಸೋಂಕನ್ನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ವೈರಸ್ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮುನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಅದರಷ್ಟೇ ಅಪಾಯಕಾರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ರೋಗವನ್ನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ವೈರಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಲಾರದು. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಕಡಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಲಿಯಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೀವವನ್ನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರ ನಿರ್ಲಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಾಯಿ ಕಡಿತ. ಈ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾಯಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ರೇಬಿಸ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಸಂಬಂಧವಿದೆ, ಹಾಗೇನೆ ರೇಬಿಸ್ಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಲಸಿಕೆ ಲಭ್ಯವಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರಿಗೆ, ಹೇಗೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಕೊಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯದ ಕುರಿತಾಗಿ ಅರಿವನ್ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಇಂದಿನ ತುರ್ತು ಅಗತ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿಯೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇಂದು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಳದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಪಶು ವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಶಾಲೆಯ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಇಸ್ಲೂರ್ ಅವರು. ಬನ್ನಿ, ಅವರನ್ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸೋಣ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಆರಂಭಿಸುವ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇಡೀ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಮಹಾವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಏನಿದೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಯನ್ನ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಏನ್ ಕಾರಣ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದೇ ಜೂನ್ ತಿಂಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 2020 ಜೂನ್ ತಿಂಗಳಿನಂದು ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಳದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶ್ವ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ದೊರೆತಿದೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬರೀ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ವಿಷಯ ಮಾತ್ರವಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತವೇ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂತಹ ವಿಷಯ.
ನಿಜ.
ಇದರ ಮಹತ್ವದ ಕುರಿತು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೋಣ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಸರ್ವರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪಶುವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಪಶು ಮತ್ತು ಮೀನುಗಾರಿಕೆ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಒಂದು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬೀದರ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಶುವೈದ್ಯಕೀಯ ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಳದ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಳದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಹಾವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಮನ್ವೆಲ್ತ್ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದಿದೆ, CVA ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ನಾಮಕರಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ CVAದವರ ಒಂದು ಸಹಯೋಗದಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ರೇಬಿಸ್ ರೋಗ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಾಲಯವನ್ನ 2013ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಯ್ತು. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಈ ಒಂದು ರೇಬಿಸ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ನೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೇ ಸರ್ವ ಪಶು
Good morning, one and all. Snacks and tea is arranged outside. I request all to have the snacks and come back to auditorium for the function.
Biologist. He was born
बिजनेस ऑनलाइन हो तो हमेशा ऑन भी होना चाहिए, इसीलिए गोडैडी जैसे भरोसेमंद होस्ट
Good morning to one and all. We have the dignitaries arriving and we are going to start the program immediately at 11:30.
Good morning, one and all. I welcome you all to the World Rabies Day 2022, jointly organized by Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Government of Karnataka, Karnataka Veterinary Council, and Karnataka Veterinary Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Bidar. I request all the participants to come inside the auditorium. We will be starting the program shortly. We are starting the program shortly. I request all the participants to come inside the auditorium and occupy the chairs.
Good morning and a warm welcome to all of those gathered here. So I thank you all for joining us on this eve of World Rabies Day. So this World Rabies Day is observed in honor of Louis Pasteur, who developed the first vaccine against rabies. And this global health observance started since 2007, and this is the 16th World Rabies Day with the theme Rabies, One Health, Zero Deaths. So we need to act in one health. So before we start our inaugural program, we shall have a short video about Louis Pasteur. Harshita, please.
Louis Pasteur. He was a chemist and microbiologist. He was born in Dole, France on December 27, 1822. His father's name was Jean-Joseph Pasteur, and mother's name was Jean-Etienne Rocquy. His father was a tanner who had served as a sergeant major during the Napoleonic Wars. He had 4 siblings. He was the third child of his parents. He was a creative young boy who loved to draw and paint. He was an average student in school and displayed little interest in academics. After completing his primary education, he joined the Collège Royal de Besançon in 1839, and he earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in 1840 and Bachelor of Science degree in 1842. In 1843, he entered the École Normale Supérieure and received his Master of Science degree, then acquired an advanced degree in physical sciences. In 1847, he earned his doctorate in sciences. In 1848, he was appointed a professor of physics at Dijon Lycée. However, he quit the job to become a professor of chemistry at the University of Strasbourg the same year. He fell in love with Marie Laurent and married her on May 29, 1849, at the age of 26. The couple had 5 children, but only 2 of them survived to adulthood. The other 3 died of diseases. In 1854, he became the dean of the new Faculty of Sciences at Lille University. In 1857, he was selected to be the director of scientific studies at École Normale Supérieure, where he served till 1867. In 1862, he became a professor of geology, physics, and chemistry at the École Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts. He resigned from there in 1867. He invented a process in which the beverages were heated to a temperature between 60 and 100 degrees centigrade, which killed most bacteria already present within them. In 1865, he patented the method, which became known as pasteurization. His first important work in the field of vaccination came in 1879 while studying a disease called chicken cholera. In the 19th century, rabies was a much dreaded disease, and Pasteur and his colleagues began working on a vaccine. They experimented on infected rabbits and developed a vaccine that they tested on 50 dogs. But the vaccine was yet to be tested on a human being. In 1885, Pasteur tested the vaccine to a young boy who was bitten by a rabid dog. In 1887, he established the Pasteur Institute and served as its director for the rest of his life. He got Montaigne Prize, the Jecker Prize, the Alhumbert Prize, Copley Medal, Leeuwenhoek Medal, Rumford Medal for his tremendous work. In 1883, he became a foreign member of the Royal Netherlands Academy of Arts and Sciences. He died in Marnes-le-Caquet, France on September 28, 1895, at the age of 72. In the fields of observation, chance favors only the prepared mind, said Louis Pasteur.
Thank you, Harshita. Yes, this is indeed the day of the demise of Louis Pasteur, and thus we observe or commemorate this day and do not celebrate it. Now we have with us dignitaries from the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy in Government of India, the Department of Health and Family Welfare, Government of Karnataka, and also from the BBMP, apt to the One Health concept. So now I invite all the dignitaries onto the dais, and I request Dr. Srinivas, Dr. Tippeswamy sir, and Dr. Islu sir to accompany the dignitaries onto the dais. We are going to start the inaugural program with a state song. So I request all of them to rise for the state song, please.
सर्वजनांगद शांत ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸಿಕ ಜೈನ ಉದ್ಯಾನ ಜನಗಣ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಗಾಯಕ ವೈದಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ದೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
Thank you all. Now I request our Director, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Government of Karnataka, Dr. Manjunath Palegar sir, to provide the welcome address.
Sir, this is my privilege to welcome all the dignitaries of this functions. Actually, World Rabies Day is observed in this Karnataka state in this manner for the first time. Just because of our beloved Joint Secretary Upamanyu Basu sir, he insisted on taking a big way this Rabies Day celebrations. Because of him only, we have taken all these steps and then celebration, and throughout Karnataka, we have taken up vaccination in all the districts and also in all the villages. Totally, we have taken up 7.5 lakhs of vaccination today. So, on behalf of Government of Karnataka, Government of Department of Animal Husbandry, and KVAFSU and KVC, and all other Karnataka state veterinary doctors, I welcome Dr. Upamanyu Basu sir on this occasion. Sir. In the same way, for our functions, because of even though he has got a busy schedule in agriculture department, just he joined as our commissioner in the animal husbandry department, and I welcome on behalf of our department and also veterinary doctors, Dr. Sarath sir, for this occasion. I welcome our dynamic Vice Chancellor of Karnataka Veterinary University, Dr. K.C. Virana, for these programs. In the same way, I welcome our professor and President of KVC for these functions artfully. Sir, please. I also welcome Dr. Vinod Bhatt sir, Joint Commissioner of Government of India for these functions. Sir. I also welcome our colleagues, Dr. P.T. Srinivas and Dr. Tippeswamy. Because of them only, we have did all these arrangements and programs for this today. So I welcome one and all. I also welcome the dignitaries who have joined on VC mode in this country and also out of the country for these functions. I welcome them also. And also I welcome all the veterinary officers and veterinary students and college professors and my colleagues from the Department of Animal Husbandry and also press reporters and also all for this function. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I also welcome Dr. Manjunath Palegar sir, Director, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services for this function on behalf of the organizers. Light is a symbol of knowledge and divinity, which dispels darkness and illuminates souls. Lighted lamp is a symbol of auspiciousness, and it's our culture to light the lamp before starting the program. May I now request Joint Secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India, Shri Upamanyu Basu sir, to kindle the lamp to embark today's proceedings. Sir, please. I also request all the dignitaries to light the lamp and inaugurate the function.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीपनमोऽस्तुते ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः ओ दीपब्रह्मरूपस्त्वं ज्योतिषां प्रभुरव्ययः आरोग्यं देहि पुत्रांश गतिं स्वच्छाहि मे
I thank all the dignitaries for lighting the lamp and inaugurating the function. I now request all the dignitaries to felicitate Shri Upamanya Basu sir on this occasion, and I also request Dr. Shri Krishna Islu, Professor, Department of Microbiology, Veterinary College, to introduce Joint Secretary to the forum.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. सबको नमस्कार. Good morning to you all, respected sirs, colleagues, and my dear students. In fact, it's more than my privilege to read the CV of the biography, the brief biography of Shri Upamanya Basu, the respected Joint Secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Born in the year 1963, Shri Upamanya Basu, sir, is an officer of Indian Revenue Service, IRS, Government of India. So currently he serves the position of Joint Secretary in Livestock Health in the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India. He holds the Masters in Science in Mycology and Plant Pathology at the prestigious ICR institution, Indian Agricultural Research Institute, located at Busan, New Delhi. And also, he was also conferred with the master's degree in public health from the School of Public Policy, Singapore. Earlier, Shri Basu has assumed various senior level positions in the country, and some of the key positions held by him are the Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals, the Financial Advisor to the University Grant Commission, UGC, the Director of Department of Higher Education and Ministry of Human Resource Development in the central government, the Director of ITA in Central Board of Directors Assistant, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, and has also been the leading central governing council of the Export Commercial Council for negotiation in special economic zones. He has been the Joint Commissioner in investigation in income tax as well, which is actually affiliated to the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. He has also been associated with the NABARD in handling the financial issues relating to refining its facility. In addition to this, as far as my personal experience with Basu sir goes, most of us, we know that our Rabies Diagnostic Laboratory, which is actually named as KVAFSU-IAHVB Rabies Diagnostic Laboratory, located at Veterinary College, which is part of the Veterinary Microbiology Department, it was elevated to the status of OIE reference laboratory way back in the year 2020. And immense support from the Commonwealth Veterinary Association, Dr. Abdul Rahman sir, and then the Dean of the Veterinary College, Dr. Yatiraj sir, that goes without saying. To cut the story short, in December, I had a privilege to take the dossiers that were actually prepared to be submitted to the headquarters of OIE. It was known as OIE, Office of International Epizootics, which is actually equivalent international government agency with the World Health Organization for the human component. Then we didn't have much time. By the end of December itself, the dossier needed to be submitted to the headquarters of OIE. Now it is in fact renamed as World Organization for Animal Health, OVA.
it had to be submitted there just on time. And then we had to get it submitted to the government of India, because the OI delegate only can submit it to the OI headquarters, the Director General. I had a privilege to take the dossier to the Sir's office in Krishi Bhavan way back in 2019. Then, so it was, I don't find word to thank you for all that you did for the elevation of this laboratory to the international status. He made me sit in front of him in his table. On war footing, he did that. And it was just the timely submission of that dossier to the Director General OI headquarters in France. That was the major game changer, sir. In fact, we don't find time to thank you for all that you have been doing for our KVFSU. That is my personal experience. And likewise, please keep supporting us. And our dream is to develop Karnataka state as a model state in the country, as far as One Health based issues with special reference to rabies, and could be possible only with your blessings and support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Sri Upamanya Basu sir to address the gathering. Sorry. May I now request all the dignitaries on the dais and the organizers to felicitate Sri Upamanya Basu sir. Sir, I request you to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Commissioner, sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, and other members of the dais. My dear doctors and would-be doctors. I feel that it's my proud privilege to inaugurate this ceremony today. In fact, we are observing the life and times of Louis Pasteur, the father of vaccinology, as we all saw in the film that preceded this function. To begin with, yes, rabies is fatal, yet it is preventable, and we have to work towards it. Coming from One Health, the concept of One Health is not new, yet after COVID, I think people have just simply more than understood One Health. Like climate change, One Health is also very important, because as per OIE's website, see, more than 60% of human diseases, they come from animals. Livestock products, be it meat, milk, whatever. So unless we attack the disease cycle at that stage, it is difficult to come later at the human stage. So actually One Health embraces human health, animal health, environment, human health. Environment includes plant health as well. So under this concept, we have something called zoonosis, which I need not explain because everyone is aware of that. But as we all say that we have to not only understand and control infectious diseases, In fact, the bottom line is that the time limit between diagnosis and treatment should be as minimal as possible. Only then the pathos can be removed, be it animal or human, because even animal has an animal owner. Of course, I also congratulate the team here in Karnataka, Dr. Ishlur, Dr. Manjunath, and others in the team who have shown today morning that how cooperation with a small incentive can build in a large thing. It was spectacular that the students participated. The whole, it seems as if the country is alive. Karnataka has shown the country that yes, we have started today. And I'm sure by 2030, we shall be rabies free. We continue on this path. And with this, I think I should not be wasting much of your time because there are technical speakers, other speakers whom we have all come to listen to. And I wish all the best in our endeavor against rabies. And I also congratulate the scientists and the veterinarians all over the world who are watching this on the internet. And my special thanks goes to Dr. Monica Lua, the Director General of WOA, that's World Organization for Animal Health, as well as our Asian representative, Dr. Kogita. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request you to release a video on rabies awareness developed by Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India.
ನೋಡಿ ಅಜ್ಜ, ಈ ನಾಯಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗೋಣ.
ಅರೆ ನಿಲ್ಲು ನಿಲ್ಲು, ಈ ಪಪ್ಪಿ ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಜ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಮೊದಲು ಅದನ್ನ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕಜ್ಜ?
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಬೀದಿ ನಾಯಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀ ಡಾಗ್, ಮತ್ತಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರೋಗ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ಇದರ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ನೋಡಿ ಅಜ್ಜ, ಈ ನಾಯಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡೋಗೋಣ.
ಅರೆ ನಿಲ್ಲು ನಿಲ್ಲು, ಈ ಪಪ್ಪಿ ಮುದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ ನಿಜ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಮೊದಲು ಅದನ್ನ ವೆಟರ್ನರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹತ್ರ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು.
ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕಜ್ಜ?
ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಬೀದಿ ನಾಯಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀ ಡಾಗ್, ಮತ್ತಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ರೋಗ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೊದಲು ಇದರ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
Oh, look at that puppy. How cute it is. Let's take it home.
Wait. I know this puppy can have many diseases. That is why it is necessary to examine it first.
Okay then, Dadaji. Let's take him to the veterinary doctor. Look, Doctor Uncle, how cute this puppy is. And we wanted to take it home. But you know, Grandpa brought us here.
This dog looks healthy. Can I take it home, uncle? Yeah, it seems absolutely healthy. But first of all, let's give it a rabies vaccine. Rabies? What's that? Rabies is a dangerous disease which is caused by a virus named Rhabdo. It will show in two forms, paralytic and furious. And to avoid this disease, we need to vaccinate pets such as dogs and cats regularly. And did you know this is a zoonotic disease too? Zoonotic? Yes, this disease can be transmitted from animals to humans. Watch this, because this virus is present in their saliva and it spreads through their bite or if they lick a wounded or cracked skin.
Doctor Uncle, my dad has also brought this new puppy. So, will he also have to be vaccinated?
Yes, of course. There is a schedule of vaccination. If it is a new puppy, then the first vaccine should be done within 3 months.
Then, repeat annually.
Okay, Dr. Uncle, what should I do if I ever have a dog bite? If a person has been bitten by a dog, then wash that area thoroughly with soap and water for 10 to 15 minutes. After that, consult the nearest doctor without any delay and get treatment. Don't start any treatment without the doctor's advice. Keep the sick animals separate and observe them for 10 days. If it dies within 10 days, then it may have rabies. And in that case, the whole family or whoever takes care of that animal needs to consult their doctor. Now, listen very carefully. Always keep in mind what I am about to say so as to avoid rabies in dogs and other animals. Get your pets complete rabies vaccination. If you live in risky areas, get vaccinated as per your doctor's advice and rules. Avoid coming into contact with any unknown or wild animals. If abnormal behavior is observed in any stray animals, or if any cattle or pet dies for any reason, then inform the local authorities. Always remember, complete vaccination is the secret of safety.
Thank you, sir, for launching this video. I would like to inform the gathering here that the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy has developed this video in all the languages. Here we have symbolically launching this in Kannada and English. So I would now also like to welcome some of our dignitaries who have joined over in the virtual mode. So we have with us Dr. Abdul Rahman sir, who is the past president and executive director of the Commonwealth Veterinary Association. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of the organizers and everyone here, sir. And we also have with us Monal Dabdardar from the OAHQ, that is the World Organization of Animal Health headquarters. And also we have Dr. Rachel Tidman from the OA headquarters. I welcome both of you for this program, ma'am. And now we proceed.
Continuing the program, and I now request Commissioner, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Government of Karnataka, Shri Sharath sir, to address the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. Dear Shri Upamanyu Basu sir, Dr. K.C. Virana sir, my colleague Dr. Manjunath Palegar, the other distinguished dignitaries on the dais, participants in this event, ladies and gentlemen, and my friends in the media. In the very outset, Upamanyu Basu sir has highlighted how this disease is fatal, yet it is preventable. Now that is the key note that I would like to underscore here. Although it is fatal, it is preventable. And what is happening, as we have been seeing, is most of the deaths or issues are arising in the semi-urban and rural areas where there is lack of awareness. And that is why I think sir mentioned, stressed upon the word preventable. And this is the area we have to target and increase the awareness amongst the populace. First of all, in two counts, we have to increase the awareness. One is to get their pets vaccinated. And secondly, if they're having a bite from any of the street dogs, stray dogs, what is the first line of action, recourse they have to take? I think that has to be driven down, and then only we can really see that the cases being coming down. I have some statistics before me that the total deaths worldwide, of the total deaths worldwide, rabies accounts for 36%. And that again, especially in rural areas. And again, that is due to lack of awareness. Now, this is a very important and serious issue. Having been the Deputy Commissioner in Kalburgi district, when the first death due to COVID occurred, I understand the seriousness of this campaign that we are doing today. The theme here, today's World Rabies theme is Rabies One Health and Zero Deaths. And the source is, we know the source. Now we have to take up activities where this, the controlling of the spread from this source has to happen. Since dogs are the major source, the controlling rabies in these street dogs, stray dogs, that's a huge challenge, and that should be our focus. And again, because it is not limited to these street dogs alone, as we just saw in the video that was prepared by Government of India, it is a disease which gets transferred from animals to humans. So again, we have stopping this rabies, controlling it in the street dogs will to a great extent see that it doesn't get carried over to the humans and also to cattle. Now there are communities wholly dependent on cattle. It affects them very seriously. So keeping all these things in mind, this campaign today, I think with all the participation of all the stakeholders, it is going to be a great success for us. And Karnataka, and especially Bangalore, is very uniquely placed in terms of having a WOAH, formerly known as OIE reference laboratory, and a WHO coordinating center, both here in Bangalore. And actually, I was proud to learn that this initiative to control this rabies, it started in Bangalore by WOAH reference laboratory at Veterinary College, Bangalore, and BBMP team through their mission Rabies within the BBMP limits. And this now is being extended to the rest of the state. The free vaccination campaign for domestic animals should reach every animal, so that if there is any animal left over, still the incidence will be prevalent. Of course, the incidence has come down from 81% to 67%. And with today's targeting of 7.5 lakh jabs, I think this incident will further be reduced in our state. And the target, of course, for us is 2030. And I think we have to draw a roadmap and work backwards where we need to be and what we need to do today to be there. And with the joint steering committee is being put in place, comprising all stakeholders, including veterinary doctors, medical professionals. And once this is in place, I think this program will be successfully implemented in Karnataka, leading to the elimination of dog-mediated rabies by 2030. Now, I thank the organizers for putting up this event and underscoring the importance. And I request our media friends here to see that this message is percolated to the last person amongst us, especially in the rural areas, in whatever forum, through electronic media, the print media, and that is what that is most important to us. We have to reach out and inform, and create awareness to everyone. So thank you for inviting me here and giving me this opportunity to share my views. I thank the organizers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So this program is being transmitted online globally, and we have participants from the OA member countries also. So I welcome all the participants who have joined online. And we also have Dr. Triloka Chandra, the Special Commissioner from the BBMP, who has joined on in the virtual mode for this program. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of the organizers.
So proceeding further, Dr. Simmi Tiwari, Joint Director Head, National Center for Disease Control, was supposed to be with us today to educate us on National Action Plan for Rabies Elimination. Unfortunately, due to her busy schedule, she couldn't make it. May I now request the organizers to play a video by Dr. Simmi Tiwari giving a brief note of National Action Plan for Rabies Elimination.
To all of you, respected dignitaries on the dais, Shri Upamanyu Basuji, Dr. Satyanarayan K, President, Karnataka Veterinary Council, Mrs. Salma K. Fahim, Secretary, Department of Animal Husbandry, Government of Karnataka, Dr. K.C. Viranna, Vice Chancellor, Karnataka Veterinary and Agricultural Science University, Shri Randeep Ji, Commissioner, Health and Family Welfare, Bengaluru, Dr. K.V. Trilok Chandra, Special Commissioner, Bengaluru, Shri Sharath, Commissioner, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Sciences, Bengaluru, Dr. Vinod Bhatt, Secretary, Veterinary Council of India, and special invitees, Director General from the World Institute of Animal Health, Dr. Monique, Dr. Bernadette Madam, WHO Team Lead for the Neglected Tropical Diseases from Headquarters, Geneva, and Dr. S. Abdul Rahman, Past President and Executive Director for the Commonwealth Veterinary Association. Myself, Dr. Simmi Tiwari, Joint Director and Head Division of Zoonosis at National Center for Disease Control, is extremely privileged to be invited on the occasion of World Rabies Day, which is being organized by Karnataka Veterinary and Agricultural Science University. This is an esteemed organization being recognized as a OIE reference center for rabies and also one of the active partner for our national One Health program for prevention and control of zoonosis as a regional coordinator. And this program is a flagship scheme on the One Health activities under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And the KVAFSU is playing an important role for us in leading all the One Health agenda related activities in this region. We all know rabies is the most dreaded and painful disease and still haunting the mankind even after 137 years of discovery of vaccine by Sir Louis Pasteur, and we are still struggling to curb this menace. As we know, India is a huge country with diversified cultural practices and beliefs, different administrative and political systems, and sectoral priorities. And the fight against rabies is not easy. We have a huge stray dog population, extensive range of wildlife reservoirs, so many transboundary issues are there. But we know from our lessons learned in the past, if we can fight polio, smallpox, yaws, guinea worm, rinderpest, etc., we can fight rabies as well. If the challenges are there, the solution is also there. Yes, solutions are there. If we want to end the rabies, we'll still have to come together and to join the hands, leave aside our egos and our own sectoral priorities. India has all the ability to fight the rabies menace. As we know, India is the largest producer of anti-rabies vaccine and serum, and even the exporter of these biologicals across the globe. We know that we have excellent technical expertise and scientific fraternity. We have a huge lab capacity and above all, a strong positive political will. We have a wide variety of frontline workers who can be tapped to undertake a huge task of vaccination drive across. But if we put together all resources in a strategic fashion, but what at present is required, we need to recognize our potential, and also we need to prioritize rabies a little more along with the other priorities such as tuberculosis and maternal and child health issues. So I am given the opportunity to speak on the National Action Plan for Dog-Mediated Rabies Elimination from India by 2030, which is a technical guidance document for all the states to make their own state-specific action plans based on this resource guideline document. We all know rabies is a neglected tropical disease. And India is the largest contributor of this disease in the Southeast Asia region as estimated by the Global Burden Disease. study. And the recent estimate, the most recent estimates which were available, I think they are quite dated back in the 2004. There are approximately 20,000 deaths which are known to occur every year in India. But very latest estimates are still awaited, wherein we have commissioned the study to the ICMR for estimation of the rabies burden. Rabies is endemic in all states and UTs except Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Island. We have covered a long journey from rabies being recognized as a neglected tropical disease to priority zoonosis, and recognizing its problem. In 2012, only the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare launched the National Rabies Control Program, and now we, latestly, the 2021, the Joint National Action Plan was launched by Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare and Honorable Minister of Agricultural, Fisheries and Dairy. There has been quite positive motivations to bring out this technical document. Like Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry, that was a newly formed ministry in May 2019 by the government. And also there was a major shift of the Animal Welfare Board of India, which was initially under the aegis of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and now with the Ministry of Animal Husbandry. So this National Action Plan is based on the One Health approach with all the stakeholders on board. This is the glimpse of that very much milestone event for the India, wherein we have launched the National Action Plan for rabies elimination along with the states, along with the support statement from all the 5 key stakeholder ministries. It is a broad strategic framework. It is an operational document wherein state and stakeholders can develop their own action plans specific to their needs. It gives a ownership and sense of responsibilities to the respective departments. It engages the state commitment for implementation of National Action Plan for rabies elimination and elimination driven by the effective utilization of all the available resources with us. The basic pillars of the National Action Plan are prevention, promotion, and partnership. There are 2 strategic components: human health component, wherein we are looking to ensure the timely access for the post-exposure prophylaxis to all the animal bite victims, and also to the and second one is the animal health component, wherein we are supposed to ensure minimum 70% of vaccination coverage among dogs in a defined geographical area. These are all the stakeholders which are entrusted to look into the rabies agenda and look out their roles and responsibilities to be played for rabies prevention and control and ultimate elimination. If we look at the human health component, the activities envisaged that post-exposure prophylaxis to all animal bite victims, capacity building, strengthening of surveillance, intersectoral coordination, IEC activities, public-private partnership, etc. Animal health component starts from the estimation of canine population by the digital technology, identification of rabies risk zone, and planning and implementing the strategic animal health component, wherein various activities that has been laid out under the National Action Plan along with the standard operating procedures, which could be tailor-made according to the state needs. These are the steps which has been outlined under the National Action Plan for the states, that how they are supposed to develop their state action plan. Joint gap analysis followed by the identification of earmarked funds, identification of the stakeholders involved, preparation of action plan, submission, then joint review of the plan submitted by the states, and then implementation of the program by the state from the next year onwards. The NAPRE envisages to have a phase-wise approach to this operationalization, short-term plan, medium-term, and the long-term plan. Long-term plan entails to maintain a dog vaccination status and intensified rabies surveillance. There is a joint monitoring and evaluation which has been envisaged at various levels. We have envisaged to have a joint monitoring committees wherein we are looking at representation of all the stakeholders and independent component to be monitored by the concerned stakeholders as per their respective guidelines. So monitoring of NAPRE at each level has already been outlaid in the document: national level, regional level, state and district level. Recently, we have conducted the state action plan for rabies elimination. These are few glimpses of this activity. And now we are on the board to have few more regional workshops The latest is being held in the government of with the government of Karnataka itself in the Bengaluru, and we will be here on 14th and 15th October, and wherein we are involving 6 states and Karnataka state that would be leading, that will be on the leading front. So with this, I thank you again to all the organizers for giving me an opportunity. And again, I would repeat that together we can win the battle against rabies. Thanks.
On behalf of the organizers, I would like to thank Dr. Srini Tiwari who has sent this message. And now we proceed with the next event. So we also have brochures being developed by the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India. So regarding rabies awareness. So may I now request our chief guest, our Honorable Vice Chancellor from the Karnataka Veterinary Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Dr. K.C. Veerana sir, to release this brochure. We also have with us today Dr. Sulekha, who is the Assistant Commissioner from the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, who was very much instrumental in developing these videos and also the brochures. Thank you very much, ma'am. And now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to address the gathering.
Eldrigo Namaskara. Good afternoon, everybody. I am very happy to note that Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India, Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services, Government of Karnataka, Karnataka Veterinary Council, in association with our Karnataka Veterinary Animal and Fishery Science University, they are observing in a World Rabies Day 2022, that is on 16th World Rabies Day, with a theme of rabies, 1 health, 0 deaths in a befitting manner. So on this occasion, the dignitaries on the dais, Shri Upamanya Basu, Joint Secretary, Department of Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India, Dr. Satyanarayana K, President of Karnataka Veterinary Council, Dr. Shri Sharath B, Commissioner, Department of AH&VS, Dr. Manjunath B. Polegar, Director, Department of AH&VS, Dr. Vinod Bhatt, Secretary, VCI in New Delhi, and Dr. Abdul Rahman sir is in online, and Dr. P.T. Srinivas, Dr. Tipesh Swami, and officers of the Department of AH&VS, Government of Karnataka, as well as officers of the Department of Management Dairying, Government of India, and my fellow veterinarians and faculty and students of our university and press and media persons. Really, it is happy to note that the World Rabies Day 2022 is observed in a befitting manner. So as you are all aware, rabies is a severe health actually, it's a deadly disease causing numerous deaths in both humans and animals across the globe. That too in Asia and Africa, it is an endemic for dog-mediated rabies, with more than 98% of rabies related to deaths in human beings attributed to the bites due to rabid dogs. Of course, India, if you take the Indian scenario, India contributing to nearly 1/3 of the total human rabies deaths globally. And hence it needs attention from the India point of view, especially for elimination of rabies by 2030. Almost, if you quote the figures, nearly 20,000 human lives are lost rabies annually in India. As far as the 2014 WHO report, of which nearly 40% are the children. That's actually it's an important point to note with respect to children and the associated with the rabies death. So in this area, definitely we require a systemic survey, especially to throw light on exact what is the rabies burden in the human and animals in India. Of course, in addition to dogs, rabies in other livestock is a major concern for the issue especially for the livestock dependent families, because they will be losing their livelihoods, which is crucial to sustain their livelihood, who are actually depend on the livestock, that to dairy and sheep and goat, particularly in dairy. And coming to a commitment of India with respect to eliminating dog-mediated rabies by 2030, as already narrated by our chief guest, the National Action Plan for Rabies Elimination, that is, it was started exactly 1 year back, that is on 28th September 2022. So for which, of course, it was a milestone as far as our country is concerned. Accordingly, our state also responded very well for framing in a strategy to eliminate rabies in this in our Karnataka, in the state of Karnataka, for which already the stakeholders, that is Department of Animal Husbandry, University, and the other stakeholders already at it, especially for framing in a strategy for elimination of the rabies by 2030 in accordance with the Government of India guidelines. This year, theme of World Rabies, that's already, as I mentioned, rabies is in a one health and zero death. However, the target zero deaths by 2030 can be reached only through the mass dog vaccination. I think it is really challenging for the veterinarians to carry out this particular exercise effectively. Of course, for this root cause is, as you know, it is in a dog, and implementation of mass dog vaccination may, in many countries, have been tackled very well. Of course, we are also at it, how best we can mass vaccination of dogs in our country. Of course, however, before employing any strategic movement with respect to elimination of this disease, definitely laboratory-based confirmation and diagnosis is must. Of course, accordance with that, definitely surveillance also helps a lot in this regard. In this regard, actually, our university is playing a crucial role. So, as you are all aware, already we are having in a KVAFSU and Commonwealth Veterinary Association Rabies Diagnosis Laboratory in the first World Organization for Animal Health, that is as a reference laboratory on the rabies in South Asia. This is located at our Veterinary College, Bengaluru, and it is actually placing a crucial role in the region, that is in South Asia, to address the issues of One Health under the umbrella of rabies. So, of course, this laboratory has conducted a series of workshops and training programs to train our veterinarians. In this context, under the university, we have organized nearly 4 workshops at 4 revenue divisions, that is in the Asan, Gadag, Bidar, and of course Bengaluru Veterinary College, wherein which actually the thrust was given for an hands-on training for a collection of brain sampling, packing, transporting, and testing the sample in the laboratories. Apart from this, university has also took a note, especially on this eve of World Rabies Day, in all our constituent veterinary colleges, we have taken up a free anti-rabies vaccination program, and also all our students and faculty are involved in various mass awareness programs to create an awareness among the public with respect to rabies and control and elimination of rabies in the different regions of the state. So with this, of course, definitely veterinarians have to play a major role in eradication of this rabies, just like what we did in the eradication of rinderpest. I hope definitely this type of programs and awareness programs and the National Action Plan of Government of India and the address of the same in response to other states of the country, definitely we may succeed to eliminate this rabies by 2030 from our country. So on this occasion, with these few remarks, I compliment the organizers for organizing this event in a befitting manner and providing me an opportunity to share my few thoughts. Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request our guest of honor, Special Commissioner BBMP, Health and IT, Bengaluru, Dr. KV Trilok Chandra, sir, to address the gathering. Sir will be joining us online shortly. I invite our next guest of honor, Secretary, Veterinary Council of India, New Delhi, Dr. Vinod Bhatt, sir, to address the gathering.
Few points to ponder. Good afternoon, everybody. Beloved Basu Saab, my Joint Secretary, Dr. Sharadji, and all other dignitaries on the dais, my friends, colleagues, especially the students in the audience, and many are there virtually also. I'm hats off to them for the time and joining us. In fact, Basu Saab, Sharadji, somebody from Ministry of Health, and some on the online did mention about the rabies and its menace and the way forward to all of us, how to tackle and make probably India also free by rabies 2030. The slogan looks pretty good. We feel lighter and happier. But the road forward is not that easy. It's a tough job. We have been talking, hearing, seeing, debating for the last many years and decades. That itself speaks why still we are on the way. Basu Saab told about the initiations by the department. I think Madam Simi told about the National Action Plan from Delhi, and by Honorable Vice Chancellor and Commissioner Saab did mention what is their action plan to take forward in the state. It's pretty good. And second half, we do have a lot of experts talking on the rabies, its cause, course, and the control, the clinical symptoms, most dangerous situations, capacity building, and some other take-home messages. Probably we have been debating throughout the day. And I have few points to recall from my side because it is a challenging task. And I do have little experience with this. And being working in the council also, because this is one of the biggest stakeholder, what best can do, what can be done. As you know, a little away from the rabies, any pandemic situation, whether it's in India or elsewhere in any country, it is really a very painful and panic. The system comes as a, it's not a predicted, it is an unpredicted event, whether a rabies or a bird flu, no matter. It pushes the system to the walls. And we run pillar to post. A standing example is the corona last 2 years. And we were chased to run for a bed, hospital, oxygen, doctor, nurse, whatnot. that speaks our probably the robust readiness. I take a reference of other disease, not the rabies, but it is fact, it is need of the hour to be prepared. Similarly, in case of animal front, we have been saying foot and mouth. Government of India is doing down to dust many programs since many years. And we have been alarming all our stakeholders at grassroots level to come up, join our hands. Still, we are on the job. You know, the government is doing a flagship project, NADCP. You all know this. It doesn't need any introduction about this. Point is that this kind of, similarly, even influenza, now LSD. Another big issue you all hearing, and my staff is always into this. And Parliament to Panchayat, everybody is worried about the issues. But who is to bell the cat? Who is to take the responsibility? That is a challenge. So these kind of situations, my point is this. It is really sometimes alarming and need our readiness. Coming to rabies, I did mention it is again a matter of concern to all of us. Since the damage, the burden, and the death it is going to cause is a worry to all of us. And we have been hearing the history goes back straight away. In the morning, we saw Louis Pasteur, 18th century. So he was the man behind the game, the show. And we have seen a number of incidences, the research, the developments, the plannings, different beginnings, end road. Still, we have been working. Hopefully, by 2030, we will find a free zone for this rabies also. And you need, because this is the concern, we do find the marathons, vaccination camps, mass camps, this kind of audio visuals, folders and leaflets, with an idea that we have a bigger approach to the mass, because it is rampant, the spread. We don't know how the rabies, where is the rabies, because as we know, it has a wide range of carriers, right from bats to bears, monkeys to mongoose, dogs and cats. So where to catch the culprit? The scientist or the technician will be at crossroad where to start this show. So this is what a confusing game. Probably till date, we are not complete with our mandate. Another concern is, even Charaji was telling, the zoonotic nature of the disease, the most dangerous. If it is limited to a dog or a cat or a bird, probably to that extent, it wouldn't have been burning to us. It is a zoonotic situation. Unfortunately, human beings get affected. As we find the statistics, at the rural front, the children below the age of 15, they suffer in India. Probably for them, the awareness is a shock. I did see some issues. And if you look at the figures, around 59 to 60,000 cases annually in Asia and Africa. This is what recorded figure. And coming to India, Asia alone, about 31,000 cases, the annual deaths being recorded. And India has higher range of deaths, probably because of the stray dog menace. And this is a challenge, as I did mention. When the victim is on the road, I don't know how to take on the show. Only point is, there are certain encouraging views also. If you look back, if you browse your Google, you find not all have failed. Today, there are countries like UK, Switzerland, Germany, France, partly America, they declared rabies free. So that keeps us a motivation and a driving force. There is something doable there also. If America could do, or a UK can do, and if they have done, how could they do so? So probably it is a time for us to revisit, recall the actions, the initiations they did, so that wherever possible, feasible, required, we can also think of following their lines. If it is for the interest of animals, human beings, and the mankind, human resources, why should not we? And I was just saying, they could do that because of mass vaccination programs. I was hearing again and again the concept was awareness and the education. Secondly, the quarantine of dogs and pets. I don't know under what circumstances it is done, under what situations it is done. Number three, the licensing of dogs. In Indian scenario, it may be difficult. When I don't have a hospital itself properly licensed, licensing a dog could be a far-off question for me. But it is high time when it is a One Health issue, human issue, and so one is bothered and cared, why not we start this? Somewhere we have to make a beginning. And this is a way, and they had a prophylactic measures and approaches. Very fast, they came back to the situations and they could find an answer to that. Probably they could check the deaths. Another thing I was reading there, a kind of digitalization. They have everything database, whether it is a hospital or a doctor or a clinic or a pet. The data, the information have been digitalized. It is easy to access. When in India, each and every motorbike can be registered. Why not a pet? Initially, it is a tough task, I know that. But doing so will take away many problems tomorrow. Somewhere we have to make a beginning. I personally feel that. And in America, it was told, today the counts are going down in single digits. That's a very encouraging thing. And the system there, the situations there must have helped them to figure it out. And probably that will be the way for us to go ahead. And not that we are not poor. We do have a strong research and development system, veterinary hospitals, delivery mechanism, cold chain, action plan we do have. But only thing is, at time in India, to take care of our requirements, it needs to be scaled up and it needs to be time bound and it needs a kind of robust mechanism while placing the system in practice. All of us will have to work as a team. Then only it is for the interest of all. A big target, we have to do that. And I don't find if we can do that, because down the line, we will be working as a team and it shouldn't be a big issue. And few initiations what today the council has done, I will tell you, it may be a little away from the rabies and its concern today, because the veterinarians, ultimately, we are the one to take care of the responsibilities with others, with other stakeholders. We are being taught all our curriculum in the schools, veterinary schools, as per the regulations and syllabus drafted way back in 2016. And today it is 2022. The Veterinary Council has made a good beginning in consultation with all the universities for an amendment, for a change, as per the need and necessity, for which around 23, 24 institutes have already given us very valuable input. And we are seeing the pros and cons with the industry and with the entrepreneurs and other stakeholders. This is one area, if I personally feel, rabies kind of disease. Other day we had in Delhi a meeting, even our beloved JSA was there. The Sphere India, PPF and National Disease Management Agency, vagara, they had a meeting. So they drafted a lot of guidelines about the animal, its wealth, and they have brought it on a front line. I used that occasion. I did say, let us go back to schools also, because that is actually the groundwork where we have to enlighten and make an awareness. Not that every vet in the school or student is going to face a rabies case. I don't want. Let us say goodbye to rabies by 2030, as we have been predicting. Let us be aware. Only medulla oblongata and a nervine transmission, that is a different story, different part of it. So what could be the repercussion of it? And how the Western is successful in doing this, this kind of probably interaction would be helpful. I'm taking an example of rabies with the MSVE. We must do that. Secondly, we have instituted now MSBPR, practice regulation. I am pleased to say, till date, we never had a kind of SOP, standard operating procedure, to open the clinic to treat a patient. And that was a demand since many, many, many years. And our esteemed council and the department, Government of India, took a strong decision. This is high time. We have to place a practice for the good of the profession. I repeat, for the good of the profession, and a quantifiable, auditable service by the veterinarians. That is the way we wanted it.
A beautiful draft has been submitted to the department by the council, and it was prepared in consultation with all the state heads, university heads, and others. Hopefully, very soon we will get it. I will tell you one thing. If a dog dies in Darjeeling, Dr. Bhatt in Delhi gets a summons. See, this is the situation. And we don't have a proper recording systems, accountability, no registration of the hospitals and service providers. So that is a $1 million question. Probably to be away, to get away from these kind of situations tomorrow, we have to make the systems for our good, and we have to be within the frame of accountable system. That is the need of the hour. That's the reason MSVPR has been done. It is probably, once the department considers and gives a vetting on that, it may go to Ministry of Law, and then it would be notified as a gazette, and it will come to practice. Of course, initially there will be some teething issues to understand, to place it in practice. Over a period of time, I am hopeful we will be in a framework. Number 3, another good news I will tell you, as on today, all our institutes are taken care by the state governments, very few 4 or 5 private sector institutes. And these institutes, obviously, they will have their own issues. Today, government is seriously thinking why not to start institutes at a higher level with a higher competency. Few days back, the Development Commission from Delhi, he personally came to council. He says, I want to have a veterinary school in Delhi in an AIMS model. It sounds so good. Immediately, our council was delighted. We said, we are there to help you out. And we gave him a committee of experts, panel of experts, about 8-10 people who are academicians, who are scientists, who are practitioners, who are into industry. Probably tomorrow they are to say what would be a model school, what would be a model teaching, which would be referral for the whole country. This is first of its kind. 56 acres of land has been earmarked, and down the line, by October, we are starting for that. We are helping them externally, and it is Delhi government to take care of that. Hopefully, my department has already thought, why not some schools at an AIMS model? Even today, we don't have. We have schools at the college level, at the state level. It's a wonderful thought. There is a dearth for the veterinarians even today. Providing a quality, timely, prompt, apt service is one issue. To keep a man force, I want to battle with Russia and China. I need to have an army first, well-trained army who can bear the gun on his shoulder. So that is the need of the hour. We have to, I always say, school cannot be a factory to prepare a nut and bolt. Cannot be. They have to be equipped. They have to be qualified. Ultimately, it is our moral responsibility to do that, to open an opening for that. So we have been doing that. Another good news to tell you. Another thing, we have nowadays the countries like America, New Zealand, Australia, Mauritius, they have approached Government of India as well the Veterinary Council to have a reciprocity, so that there can be a good exchange program between the faculties, between the students with the expertise. Point is that I have my country full of rabies or some other disease, probably my hands are cut to make a beginning, make a talk. So let us set a big target, tough target, work for that. My point is that is how probably we have to march forward. These are few actions under the active consideration of the council and our government, our department also. By end of the day, all this will be a teamwork, because only a team and the intelligence can win the championship. A talent can win only the game. We know that. So I cannot leave Islur alone in a compartment in a laboratory. We will have to work together. The research and development, the biologicals, the delivery mechanism, the technicians, veterinary hospitals. These are the cornerstones which can build a strong foundation, probably for a rabies-free India tomorrow. It cannot be a one-man game, and we will be a responsible stakeholders for the success of this particular motto. Last but not the least, I have to thank the organizers, the state government, the university, and the department for joining hands with us. Department of Government of India, we are also one of the stakeholders in this event. I wish down the line by 2030, we will keep our endeavors open and keep working, because it is a challenge. It is not for a day or two, for a camp 1 or camp 2. It has to go horizontally till up to 2030 as we predicting, and to declare we are also free of rabies with other countries. So that day probably we will be celebrating Rabies Eradication Day, not Rabies Day. Rabies Day gives me again a signal, we do have a rabies, let us remember this now. Like a narcotics eradication, let us say rabies is eradicated. Last but not the least, I thank always Corona. Wherever I go, I thank Corona. Why? Because the menace it has made, we have experienced enough. And today, probably this meeting, having my beloved Professor Saab, Abdul Rahman Saab virtually, thanks for his time again. I am one of his great admirer, his student, plus Ribbon and few others from the world. Hats off to them. They could join us only because today Corona has taught us how to have this meeting in a hybrid mode. I, in the last 35 years, never had a meeting like this. So by end of the day, we are grateful to Corona also. It has taught us how to think smart, work smart. I'm thankful to Rabies also. I was expecting someone to ask me why. No one is asking. That's good. I look at my JS sir because till yesterday evening I was doubtful whether I will join him or not for this meeting, and he approved and agreed to take me to Bangalore. And he knows it is my better half and the home pitch. Thank you, sir. We will have many more functions like this. Once again, thank you all of you. Hope for the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for highlighting about the initiatives taken up by the Veterinary Council and also highlighting about the status of rabies in our country. Now we have with us our guest of honor, Dr. Triloka Chandra, the Special Commissioner of BBMP. May I now request the Special Commissioner for his address.
Yeah. Good afternoon to all of you. So I was supposed to join in person, but due to some other reason, I was unable to join online. So thank you for inviting me. The primary objective of Mission Rabies to ensure a safe cohabitation of animals and humans in a civilized society is laudable. But given the challenges in the current scenario, BBMP has been performing to the best of its ability with respect to the Mission Rabies objectives. Board of India and also the Honorable Supreme Court. The animal welfare organizations who are authorized to conduct ABC and ARV in the city. So we continue to do that, though we are facing headwinds and challenges with respect to the number of accredited animal welfare organizations who are authorized to carry out such operations. Thank the animal department, particularly Dr. Islur and his team, for continuing to partner with BBMP. They have conducted a study which shows that almost which they have surveyed have sufficient antibody titers in their circulation, which shows the effectiveness of the ABC ARV campaign which BBMP is running in the city. Having said that, the number of ARV vaccinations last year, we crossed 1 lakh and almost 50,000 ABC operations also have been done. But the major challenge which BBMP faces is the number of accredited animal welfare organizations from the Animal Welfare Board of India. So I request the Animal Husbandry Department to take up the issue in appropriate quarters and ensure that adequate number of animal welfare organizations are available to us, so that the guidelines as enunciated by Honorable Court in a more effective manner. So One Health is, as the previous speaker has rightly told, Corona has taught us the importance of One Health because of the various zoonotic diseases which have come into play. In going forward as well, we will be facing more such zoonotic diseases invading our space. So it's all the more important that Animal Husbandry Department and the Public Health Department work in close coordination so that we are up to date and we are able to handle any such challenges in a very effective manner. So I thank all of you for having me here and look forward to more close coordination with the Animal Husbandry Department and the Veterinary College in coming days so that we can effectively implement the anti-rabies program in a more coordinated manner. Thank you.
I thank our Special Commissioner from BBMP for joining us. And now we move on to our special invitees who have joined on the virtual mode. We have the Director General of OA, the World Organization for Animal Health, which was earlier OIE, Dr. Monique Elliott, who has joined us. And she has sent a message. I request the organizers to please play the same.
It is my pleasure to join you today for the World Rabies Day 2022. Rabies continues to impact the lives of hundreds of thousands of people around the world, taking the life of an estimated 60,000 people every year. We know that we can eliminate human rabies deaths if we all work together using a One Health approach. In fact, rabies is a model disease for One Health, requiring engagement across multiple sectors and political commitment from multiple ministries and governmental sectors. Through the vaccination of dogs, improvement of healthcare access for people, and engagement of communities, we can save lives. The elimination of this terrible disease remains a top priority for the World Organization for Animal Health. We are committed to empowering and supporting countries to tackle rabies through such a One Health approach, particularly through the development and implementation of national control programs. The goal we should share, as demonstrated by the remarkable achievement of having developed the Indian National Action Plan for dog-mediated rabies elimination by 2030. Building robust surveillance systems, overcoming competing priorities, and allocating sufficient resources to rabies elimination require political commitment. The development of a national plan is an important milestone in achieving this commitment. But as you know, there is still significant progress to be made, and in addition to national commitment, we need the engagement of local authorities and communities, and we need the collective ownership and sustained commitment at every level, from free to national high-level stakeholders, to drive progress towards rabies elimination. Rabies elimination also requires regional and international collaboration. I'm very grateful for the support the World Organization for Animal Health Reference Rabies Laboratory Network is providing to our members. In particular, I want to thank Dr. Isler and his team from Karnataka Veterinary, Animal and Fisheries Science University for the great work in supporting rabies elimination in East and Southeast of Asia. I commend you on the big strides that India has made and the commitment that you have made in tackling rabies, and I look forward to working with you as we progress towards our common goal. I wish you all the best for the commemoration of the 2022 World Rabies Day, and I believe that together we can achieve the eradication of rabies.
Yeah. We were supposed to have Dr. Bernadetta Abela Ryder from WHO, Neglected Tropical Diseases, but due to some reasons, she's not able to join us now. She'll be joining us in the afternoon's technical session. So, and luckily on our online mode, we have with us, we have the privilege of Dr. M.K. Sudarshana joining us, who is the Rajyotsava awardee and who was also the chairman of the Karnataka COVID-19 Technical Advisory Committee. I welcome you, sir, for joining us online.
Now I request our next special invitee, past President and Executive Director, Commonwealth Veterinary Association, Dr. S. Abdul Rahman sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning. Where I am currently in Australia, it is evening. Anyway, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with you. As you know, the World Rabies Day held on 28 September every year, which also marks the anniversary of Louis Pasteur's death, was first established by the Global Alliance for Rabies Control in 2007 and recognized by WHO, WOHA, that's OIE, and other allied organizations. Its main aim is to raise awareness about rabies and bring together partners to enhance prevention and control efforts worldwide. It's an important and inspirational day to remember that preventing animal diseases does not only protect their health and well-being, but also is one of the most effective ones. Every year, a theme is selected that is most relevant to the current situation and global trends for rabies and also health in general. Therefore, this year's theme was One Health, coupled with the reminder that we have to have zero rabies death by 2030. And the fact that dog-mediated human rabies elimination is possible. Now, eliminating rabies is possible through vaccinations, campaigns, education initiatives, raising awareness, or advocating for its elimination. Elimination of rabies is also a One Health initiative, as all of us know, and as investing in rabies strengthening both human and veterinary health systems. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the technology to eliminate rabies. In 2015, the world called for action by setting a goal of zero human dog-mediated rabies deaths by 2030 worldwide, and now by the coordinated efforts of WHO, OIE, FAO, GARC, that is the Global Alliance for Rabies Control, and the international veterinary associations, such as the Commonwealth Veterinary Association and the World Veterinary Association, were all united and determined to reach this goal. It looks that it is achievable. In this context, the role and contribution of Commonwealth Veterinary Association has been monumental. The CVA has organized rabies vaccination camps and education initiatives for raising awareness on rabies in the most vulnerable countries of the world, Commonwealth countries of the world, and other parts of the world, especially in Africa, such as Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, and Gambia, and in the Asian subcontinent, including India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Pakistan, where human rabies deaths account for more than 65% of the world deaths. CVA recognized that early and confirmed diagnosis of rabies is important for human health. And with the contributions from the OIE, who has a MOU with CVA, established the Rabies Diagnostic Laboratory, which we have been hearing since morning. And I'm very happy that even Dr. Monique has acknowledged the contribution of our lab, which was set up. The Commonwealth Veterinary Association was instrumental in establishing this laboratory, and I'm thankful to the KVAFSU for accepting, and the Veterinary College for accepting our request to establish this laboratory, and to Dr. Islur and his team for helping us in this establishment of this laboratory. And the laboratory was first associated with OIE in the twinning program with CDC Atlanta and APHA in London, UK. And with the expertise which we had from experts coming from both CDC and also from APHA, the lab has been strengthened. And constantly, the Commonwealth Veterinary Association is endeavoring to see that this lab has achieved what it has been meant for. The aim of the Commonwealth Veterinary Association was also not only to have this twinning program, but also to make sure that this lab was recognized as an OIE reference laboratory for rabies, which is a very important one, because there was no reference laboratory for rabies earlier in the Asian part of the subcontinent. And because the maximum number of deaths of rabies both in humans and animals were occurring in this part of the world, it was highly important that this lab was established in India. And I'm very happy that it was established in our own city and in my beloved alma mater, Veterinary College, Bangalore. Following the successful establishment of this laboratory, control and vaccination of stray dogs, which has been going on with the help of the BBMP and other allied agencies. The lab has been helping in doing serodiagnosis and other associated work, which will help in the stray dog population control measures as well. Now, the KVAFSU Animal Welfare Center at the Veterinary College, Bangalore, in collaboration with the other civic bodies, is also an active partner in stray dog population control and vaccination and vaccine against rabies in Bangalore, vaccination of rabies of dogs against rabies in Bangalore. Now, having been associated with rabies control for the last 35 years, and I'm being a founding member of Rabies GARC and also a member of the OE as a chairman of the Animal Welfare Committee, I'm very confident that with all what I have seen during the last 35 years being associated with rabies, I am highly optimistic and confident that we will definitely, with all the work which has been going on and what I have heard since morning with all the eminent people, the administrators, the scientists, the governments, both of Government of India and Karnataka and the university, and the commitment with which they are attending to this very important disease, and not only as a One Health initiative, but also as the importance to the human and animal health. I'm very optimistic and confident that though I may or may not be there, but by 2030, we would have achieved 0 deaths of rabies in this, not only in India, but also in the world. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to be with you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir. I also personally thank sir for being instrumental in establishing our OAE Rabies Reference Laboratory, because without which we could not have taken a lead in our role in rabies elimination. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Dr. Satya Narayanan, President, Karnataka Veterinary Council, to deliver the presidential address.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries who are present online, and also the dignitaries present of the dais, my dear friends, students. We have come to the last part of the program of the inaugural function. The earlier speakers have dealt in detail of the research that is being done in case of rabies, the different aspects of preventive measures, and what are the managemental aspects that are needed to control the disease. And also they stressed on the need of awareness to be created amongst the people in the society. Everyone has mentioned about the children being affected a lot. As we know, because of the height, the school children, they will be bitten in the areas nearer to the brain, and we have heard the death within 6-7 days after the bite of the dog. So awareness amongst the children is very essential. And in this regard, around 15 years back, we have started from our college and the State Department to create awareness amongst the school children. A lot of programs being initiated to create awareness, to educate the small children of how to handle the dogs or pet animals, how to go about with the bite of the animals, and what are the measures to be taken. Now, we have even tried to include this aspect of rabies and its control in the school syllabi. We have met the then education minister. He asked to submit a note on this. We submitted to the textbook committee, but we didn't know what has actually happened. Now there are administrators from Government of India as well as state government. I request them to include this aspect in the syllabi of 6th or 7th standard students, so that they will be educated on how to take care of the dog bites or how to control the rabies. So this will go a long way in controlling the disease, not only the aspect of research and the control measures, but the awareness is very important. And I also request the press and electronic media to give a lot of coverage on this particular disease, the importance of disease, and how to control this particular disease. Nowadays, a lot of importance being given to the pet animals. Everyone used to have the pet animals in their house, but they also to be educated of how to manage the pet animals so that we can avoid the occurrence of rabies in future. So with these few words, I thank all the organizers for giving me an opportunity to speak a few words in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Registrar KVC, Dr. T. Tippeswamy, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to deliver vote of thanks to the dignitaries present on the dais. So first of all, I extend warm thanks to our Joint Secretary, Shri Upamanya Basu sir, for extending a lot of support for organizing this program, and he is most privileged person for bringing this OE lab to our veterinary college, Bangalore, and he has supported financially also to organize this function in this grand manner. I profusely thank Shri Upamanya Basu sir. Thank you, sir. And one more dignitary who have presented virtually, Joint Director, Dr. Simi Tiwari, Joint Director, Head of the Zoonosis Division, National Center for Disease Control, Government of India. And she is pivotal in developing the document for National Action Plan for Rabies Elimination. Then next comes is Monique Elliott, who has presented virtually and addressed the gathering and importance of this rabies awareness and elimination. I thank you, ma'am, for addressing this August gathering. And I thank our Veterinary University Vice Chancellor, Dr. Veerana sir, being here and addressing the gathering. And he has supported in all the way to organize some of the training programs through different veterinary colleges of the state. And I extend warm wishes, and I thank you, sir. I extend vote of thanks to our Commissioner Animal Husbandry, Shri Sharath sir, for being here and addressing this gathering. I thank our Director, Dr. Manjunath Palagar sir, who is supporting in a very good manner and arranging a series of meetings with all the officers. And the program has come to such a level because of his interest. I thank you, sir, for your contribution towards this organizing this program. I thank Dr. Vinod Bhatt, sir, Joint Secretary, Secretary VCI, for coming to this program and delivering elaborate address to the gathering. Thank you very much, sir. I thank our President, Dr. Satyanarayana sir, for delivering his presidential address. And I also thank many people who have addressed virtually for this program. And I also extend my thanks to Dr. Abdul Rahman sir, our beloved teacher and retired Dean of Veterinary College, for addressing this gathering virtually from Australia. And I thank each and everyone, Director of Institute of Animal Health and Veterinary Biologicals, all the college Dean Dr. C.S. Nagaraj sir, Ma'am Suleika ma'am from Assistant Commissioner, Government of India, for having released the brochures in this occasion, and the media persons who are present here to give more publicity of this program, and all the KVC honorable members who have supported for organizing this program. Then KMF people who have supported for the marathon participants, like our college students and other things. They have given a refreshment this thing for our college students, and thank them also for having arranged these refreshments. I thank all the dignitaries who have supported directly or indirectly to organize this program. And if I have not mentioned anybody personally, please pardon me, but I forgot that some of the vaccine manufacturing companies have participated in this program to give more of publicity. And I finally thank one and all the media persons, electronic media and other press media. So I thank one and all the participants, doctors from different parts of Karnataka who have come over here for this program. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. We also personally thank you for your active participation in organizing today's event, sir. Now, I request the gathering to raise up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे